Castlevania was such a huge hit on the Nintendo Entertainment System that it spawned a sequel. However, this game was not what the fans wanted at all. Castlevania 2 had Simon going through towns like Zelda 2 and collecting, buying items, and exploring a really big world. It also had the day to night feature, which annoyed many gamers to death. At night, the enemies were tougher and stronger too. Simon's Quest also had warning for gamers on the back of the box that read, "Castlevania was a cakewalk compared to this curse." Still, Nintendo Power got a lot of parents angry with this cover, and parents from all over the country called in to complain about Drax's severed head. My parents didn't call, but then again, I didn't have a subscription yet. Simon's Quest has been on the Wii Virtual Console for gamers of all ages to enjoy. But be warned, this game is one of the hardest Castlevania games ever made. Still, it's only 500 Wii points, but be prepared to get spanked a lot. Tips and strategies for this game. The very first thing you have to do is buy the white crystal, because without that crystal, you can't get into the first mansion. Probably the most important thing to do in this game is get 200 hearts before entering the first dungeon. Why do this, you ask? Because you can get more powerful whip upgrades, that's why. Just about all the whip upgrades are found in towns, and they are only 200 hearts. So before entering a town, make sure you always have 200 hearts on hand. Using garlic in the second cemetery will get you the silk bag. Think of it like Link's super armor. Yeah, half damage. To get to the hidden mansion, you first have to kneel and equip the red crystal, then wait 10 seconds or so, and the magic wind brings you to your next dungeon. To find Dracula's castle, exit the last dungeon and go right. Do not go left. Make your way to this point here, and instead of heading back to the first town, take the stairs downward. And that does it. Bad aspect. Well, aside from not knowing you needed a strategy guide to beat this game, the Medusa heads have been replaced for hatred-wise. I hate those slime things now. Simon Belmont's greatest weakness is not monsters. No, it's water. It's funny how powerful this family is, yet none of them know how to swim. I also hated these rock thingies. Yes, I know the trick. It still doesn't mean I don't mess up once in a while. Strangest thing that's ever happened to me in Simon's Quest happened right there. What is the point of this village with all the eager ladies? I don't see a point, unless it's Japanese fan service or maybe poor translation. Only Konami goes, and Drax Rib doesn't always defend against everything. Okay, time for the good aspect. Okay, so Simon's Quest is different than the last Castlevania game. That's not necessarily a bad thing either, because Simon's Quest offers a lot of really cool things. One such thing is all the different hidden secrets, items, and weapons that are found in this game. Probably the coolest whip upgrade in any Castlevania game that I can think of is the Flame Whip that you get in Simon's Quest, because it's your Morning Star, plus it's on fire. Another really cool element to the Simon Quest series is the ability to level up your character, much like an RPG. You do this by collecting hearts, so the more hearts you collect, the more levels you can get. I think 6 is the highest. There's also 3 different endings in this game, and that's pretty cool. Alright, time for the conclusion for this game. Let's wrap it up. Simon's Quest is the game for the hardcore gamers like me. This is best left to the retro boys and girls of old. You new gamers will get angry and find way too many faults in this game when this game was meant to be different and make people think outside the box and explore. Plus the time limit and 3 different endings sports a lot of challenge and replay value for us older gamers. Still, this game is short and can be beat in under 40 minutes. That being said, and some of the things I mentioned, this game has to get a lower score. Now, it's not the worst Castlevania game out there, but it's not the brightest of the retro Belmont games either. Still, it's probably not as bad as some of those later 3D Castlevania games. But anyway, that being said, Simon's Quest has to get a 6 out of 10. It's only 500 Wii points, pick it up. And yes, I will be finally doing the 3D Castlevania game that many consider the best in the series, Legacy of Darkness. So you guys can look forward to that later this month, actually Halloween. And my next review will actually be Splatterhouse 2, which was pretty controversial in its day, and I'm going to disclose more about that later. So stay glued to Got Game for brand new exclusive reviews, and head on over to Game Trailers for all the Wii Virtual Console reviews that I'm going to do. And there's a lot. Well, that does it for me, guys. God bless and happy gaming. Thank you so much for watching this review, and be seeing ya.